there's a woodpecker on the table. Hello, my name is I'm a Tolt, and today I've got something important to do. It is essentially a collection of the past few days' video and the stuff I'm doing here today, because I end up making bits of video and they don't get used, and then you don't get to see them, and some people want to. If you've watched the Mustard and Boaty Do Cars second episode, then you'll be familiar with this Rover 800 there. But as this is Tuesday evening and that's not going live until Thursday, you probably haven't seen it yet. Interesting, eh? Anyway, what I'm going to do is give this car a bit of a clean. I'm going to show you the state of it first though. Really yucky noodles. That's going to take an awful lot of cleaning, that is. So it's second wash now, and it still looks horrible. Agitating dirt with a brush. The only way to do it. Agitating it eventually makes it give in and go away, but not without a fight. Washed, but still not very nice. This is what it looks like after a second quick wash. When I say quick wash, I mean a not particularly careful wash. Noisy. And more of a scrub actually, because all that stuff on there that doesn't want to come off. Some of it's coming off gradually. On the bonnet it's really very stubborn because there's no lacquer on there. But there's a bit there. That wing's going to be good. I'm going to polish this as a tester to see how much better this is going to be than the rest of it. Because that paint is exceedingly flat. And that is the water from it. Yeah, that's rinse out. Second rinse out. Let's see what happens this time. It's still pretty grotty. There are clearly more important things that need sorting out on this car than whether the paint shines or not, but that's the easy bit, that should be done. What I want to do is transform it from looking like that to what it does when you just wet it. So it looks like that, but continues to look like that once it's dry. Is this possible? What I need to start with is the clay bar, and I don't know what I've done with it, which is rather typical because it was just here next to my kettle, and a few days back I thought that's not an appropriate place for the clay bar, and I moved it, and yes, I have moved it somewhere, and now I don't know where it is. Oh, on the upside I have found some mackerel. Eventually it is found. Before I continue, normally I wouldn't really go too far working on a car before telling you something about how it's arrived in my hands or what its new name is. But this one's a bit different. Going off the registration, I would quite like to call it Tucker, Truck, Convoy. Yes, Convoy. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Use a collective noun to describe one vehicle. Anyway, as it goes, I'm not going to name this car. This car is going to get a name tomorrow, because this is a rather unusual acquisition. Yes, it is indeed. This is the first car that is going to be joint owned by myself and Boaty. Because in case you didn't know, I have opened up a new channel with the man himself called Mustard and Boaty Do Corners, where we go about buying things like this in need of some love, try and fix it, try and sell it, try and do that kind of thing. It's similar to what I'm doing here, but there's two people involved, and two very different people as well. This channel will be running alongside Project Nigel, not instead of. Thank you. So now, on to making this wing look a bit better. Need to get all that wet again, and then start using the clay bar on it. That's clean at the moment-ish, but I reckon that's going to be filthy in a minute. Now, it is time to go, but I'll just show you the progress of using a bit of this 3M stuff, with a bit of black hole on there as well. That's what the paint looks like there, and then we go to this part and you can suddenly see it is much nicer. It's a long way from being perfect, but that would be acceptable for the car. Time for me to go. And before I go, a few people keep saying that Nigel needs new wiper blades. I agree, so I've taken them off that Renault over there. What's next? What can I tell you about now? I know. Well, I suggested to Boaty today that I should start cleaning this car up, and he agreed because it will save an awful lot of time. But of course all I've got is one wing done, and that means that he's probably going to have to pitch in and help tomorrow. That will please him immensely. And now for the proper dedicated followers of Nigel, all of the other stuff from the other day. Yeah. I wonder if that bell music is copywritten. Well, it sounds okay now, and it's running as it should do. But, well, I did nearly set fire to it with some brake cleaner. Going to have a little drive around the yard. Drive around the yard in it. Ooh. It's the revs are hanging on for some reason. It didn't just settle back down to where it should be. Yeah. The wall of concrete. Today is a happy sunny day, isn't it? Every day is a happy sunny day down here. Gives you a sense of purpose. You may be wondering what special treats we have here today. There aren't any, but what I've got to do is try out a little thing with that car there to see if it can be mended at all. I'll tell you why in a second. And also, as I've got a little get together tomorrow, I should do a couple of minor jobs on Nigel. Like, I think it's finally time to actually fit the carpet back in, because it's not going to get wet. And do you know why? Because when it rains, I'll put it inside. For some reason, both of my brake lights have given up. The one in the middle is still okay. Now, I wonder if it could have anything to do with having no carpet in there. Doesn't that sound like a daft idea? But, you know, there's nothing to stop things from rubbing up against this wire in there, is there? And these particular lights don't have backs. These clusters, normally you've got like a concealed thing there that you have to take off, and then the bulbs are in a holder there. But these are not. No. Blown. Personally, I like my bulbs to work. And when they don't work like that, It's time to chuck them away, obviously. I do have quite a nice stash of bulbs over there, which is just beyond the bike and the trolley and the door cards and the other bits, basically hidden away. There can be no excuse. The next job should be finding some carpet for the boot there, because I did have it, although I've also got a suspicion I might have sold it to somebody, forgetting it come out of my car. People often ask if I've finished with Nigel and there's anything else to go on it. Well, that's for sure. Well, here we have Nigel's bare boot, which doesn't look particularly glamorous, does it? Especially with all those bits of wire sticking out everywhere. Is it time to fix it? Yeah. There, that is, well, a lot better. Could do with cleaning that carpet a bit, really, but it does look better than it did do before. I don't know why I left it so long before anyway. I don't know why I've gone so long without a boot carpet. Oh yeah, I do, because it's damp in there. But at the moment, it's not damp. It's not been damp for quite a while. Do you know what the most important thing I can do now would be? Well, given that it's 20 to 1 and I've had nothing to eat so far today, yeah, you know I'm going to say something else, don't you? You know I'm going to lead you into thinking I'm going to have some curry or something like that, but then in actual fact suggest doing something else. You know me by now, don't you? Shit. That's the trouble with the tripod and the springy off thing. As tomorrow there'll be a gathering of people in the yard, I don't really want anybody having punctures, and unfortunately this yard is full of nails and screws just dropped by carpet fitters and the like, and anyone using the skips. They don't really quite get the hang of picking things up that they've dropped. So I think it's really important I go around the yard with my molybdenum magnet on a stick like I did do last time. Last time I gaffer taped the magnet to a pole. This time I've got a better idea. Yep, that'll do it. I'm going to get Phil to give you a job. Outstanding. Well, I just had an exceedingly disappointing moment. There's my dinner on the floor. That's the curry I was really enjoying. When I got up to close the gate, because this chap had forgot to close it, the magpies were eating it. What a fantastic job you're doing here. Outstanding job. You're about to redeem yourself for letting the magpies eat my curry, aren't you?
I'm willing to forgive you.
Tell you what else is really annoying actually. A few weeks back, I emptied a full pot of chilli onto the bonnet of that R8 for the magpies, and they didn't even touch it. Yeah, as soon as I turn my back, they're scoffing my dinner. Carpet fitters, take note. Oh, very exciting indeed. Well, that is all of the preparation now done, ready for tomorrow to be up, out, Nigel's put away safely. But for the first time, I've actually just put him away without even washing him. I haven't cleaned the wheels, I haven't even given it a quick rinse over or a vacuum. What's going on there? What's going on there now? I did fit the carpets, but it's not really enough, is it? No. But it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah? who's to complain? Obviously you're watching this after the event, but I will say Aaron's done an excellent job of clearing up the yard there. Having the yard free of nails is quite an important thing. So yes, quite pleased he turned up. Although I still feel unbelievably disappointed by the fact that I didn't get to eat all my curry because those pesky magpies. My own fault for wandering off.